What's up, everybody? Welcome to Off the Rails, a recovery podcast dedicated to ending the stigma of addiction through open discussion on all things recovery related. My name is Mark, and with me always are Dave and Jared. So, fellas, let's get started about our weeks. How was it? Highs and lows. Let's hear them.
Highs? I'm all highs.
All right.
Ooh.
No, it's good. Just worked as usual and had a bunch of meetings. Hung out with my daughter and went to Stittsville today it's called what's it called? Iceland. Pretty dope. You skate around the trails and there's campfires and hot chocolate, coffee. That's pretty
Nice.
sweet. Went with Bree. Had the best time. I think that was the first time we've went out to do something in like 3 years. So it was nice.
Did you guys get beaver tail after?
No beaver tail. No. Poutine.
Nice. Yeah.
No. But no, it's good. Lots of laughs.
Is that something you and Bree are going to try to do a little more now? Make a little time for just a little mommy and daddy time?
Yeah, we need to. We haven't really done anything for years, so that was nice. No really lows, except I'm not really too motivated. I gotta get working out or something to get some motivation. That's the only low. I got my 3-month because do you know how you write a letter to yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Months?
Yeah.
So I got my letter and it was like, get off your lazy ass and do something. So I got to stop just sitting around sometimes. Get some motivation.
Yeah. Sweet.
Which is hard to do sometimes.
Yeah. Dave, how was your week, man?
Week was okay. It was some highs, some lows. It was nice. Like hockey started back up, so coaching. So that was busy. Like we had 3 practices. Went to Sudbury this past weekend. Just got back like an hour ago. So we play like the same team 3 times, like up north here. Like you go away for a weekend and you play a triple header, which is it's nice to get games in now, but it's a lot different than down south where you play a team 3 times all year and spread out. But so it gets a little bit rough and whatnot. But anyway, it was good to get coaching again. I had my own hockey on Tuesday. I was pretty pumped about it, but it wasn't that great as far as I just wasn't feeling that great out there. A little sore. And then I don't know, I was just getting kind of bugged. Like towards the end, guys on the bench kind of were talking about going up for beers and stuff, which is like normal conversation that happens on the bench. Like, can't wait till this is over, 20 minutes, go have some beers. But for whatever reason, maybe I was in a bad mood or whatever, just kind of irritated me. And the guys I'm playing with don't know, like I'm not close to them, so they don't know my situation. So it's not like, anything on anyone else. But so I just found myself, I just left like 10 minutes early, hit the showers and got out of there. And I wasn't like feeling like tempted to go join them or anything. It was just more like, I was just kind of in a bad mood, I guess, about it. So that was that. As you guys know, my grandmother passed away the other day. But you know what? She was 96, and that's pretty good life right there. And she lived most of her life really healthy until like the last couple of days after she had the hip surgery. It was 2 days after she passed. So if I get to live to 96, I'll consider and healthy, I'll consider myself pretty grateful. Still not easy ever losing somebody at any age, but so we're gonna do a celebration of life. We're gonna wait till the summertime when people can, like my sister and her family from down south can travel and maybe do things more without COVID being too restrictive and stuff like that. So man, that's been kind of my week. Hit a meeting up. Only went to one this week. I've been finding like the podcast, us doing some interviews and stuff like that, really just as really beneficial too, for putting me in a good headspace. Like just as much as like leaving, like when you have that good feeling of leaving a meeting, like when we had our interview with Alyssa, you leave that after an hour or whatever, and I don't know, it puts you in a good headspace just having those conversations. So
Yeah, absolutely.
anyways, that's my ramble about my about my week. How about you, Mark?
Man, highs of the week. I would say the feedback that we've been getting. I find that that's been really motivating and like incredible. I also don't have like my personal social media, so if anyone has reached out to me on say like my Instagram or Facebook, I don't have access to that. So long story. Maybe I'll tell it someday. Yeah. So you could just hit up Off the Rails Recovery at Instagram. Yeah, the feedback has been incredible. That's been the high of my week. Low of the week, had a couple super, just was really depressed a couple days, like didn't want to do nothing. But I don't know. I kind of continue doing my routine, work my way out of it, and yeah, feeling good today. So that's that.
Could you relate that looking back to anything like was the weather shit that day, or is it just kind of one of those days?
Oh man, I was just like beating myself up really, like over like I don't know where to begin beating myself up over, but do that a lot. And it's just being a kind of sooky baby, and continue the routines, continue putting in work, and everything will be all right. But what?
I was just gonna say, heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah, no, you gotta stick your routine, and if that helps a lot, I find like you feel like you're doing something every day and working towards a goal. So
yeah,
we just released Alyssa's podcast.
we did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this will be the episode right after her podcast.
Yes, it is.
Episode.
Yeah. Yes.
So how did you guys find it? Yeah, she did an incredible job. Incredible human.
Yeah. I liked how she talks about the difference between men's mental health and women's, and that the kind of stigmas and what people look at it as, like the differences. I thought that was kind of neat hearing her perspective on that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I think it might be a bit more like socially acceptable for men to drink more than women. Do you guys feel that way?
Yeah, absolutely. When she made that comment of like, the guys just sitting on the couch and just drinking a bunch of beers and passing out, and like that's pretty much like socially acceptable almost, right?
Yeah.
And when she said that, I was kind of like, yeah, it's kind of weird, but that's just how it is. But it makes you really realize, I like how she did that. She kind of talked about that, and then you can tell she's very cautious of like not speaking for someone else and really just speaking on kind of what she went through and her experience, and which is nice. She's
super important to her.
Yeah, she's a tough girl to hang out with, to slug it out in Newgate with.
Yeah,
just a bunch of dudes.
She showed up to Newgate. There were just 10 dudes in her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only thing that would have been better is if she showed up like the night we're all watching The Notebook together, and she just walks in and is like, "What
have I got myself into?"
And she would have saw Dave crying in the corner.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
just
man, when they're in the boat together,
you meditated about that for a week after.
Yeah, no doubt.
You and Rebecca in a boat.
Yeah. Yeah. Who did I say that to?
I think it was. It was was doing
Yeah.
meditation the next day. I think you told her that.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Well, I guess maybe I'll bleep out names here. Oops.
Mark loves love.
I do love, man. That's without a doubt.
Yeah, the other thing from Alyssa's was, I mean, I guess you guys, I didn't hear about her. I knew she went to detox, but I didn't hear much about the details of it until she talked about it the other day on the podcast. But I guess you guys maybe heard a little bit about it at Newgate. But yeah, I didn't realize it was that rough. Like as far as either one, like how bad her withdrawals were. I knew they were obviously pretty bad just on how she was when she came in and stuff. But
yeah,
just on how they treat you and stuff like that too. Because I've never been there, so I don't know if it's just.
Well, the detox is made just to like manage your withdrawal symptoms, right? And get everything out of your system. So like it could get pretty rough, and is like recommended, obviously, to do it professionally through like a detox center. So you have those like withdrawal symptoms, then there's people there to help you. What were your guys' withdrawal symptoms like? Because like most of mine were psychological, but how are those like, 3 or 4 days after?
I couldn't keep anything down for like 2 weeks, and I was so shaky, and and it sucked. Like sweating at night, you'd wake up like soaked in sweat, but frozen at the same time. It was the worst thing ever. And just dreaming about pints too all night long for 2 weeks. I haven't had one bad dream this week, that's about high of my week too.
Yeah.
So yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
And I never thought I was in my head. I never thought I was that bad. Like I knew, but I didn't. I didn't think I'd actually have that bad of a detox, but I did. It was brutal.
Dave,
mine wasn't too crazy. I think like so I had made the decision to go, and then I went like extra hard for like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was like Thanksgiving weekend. I had a wedding on Saturday night. And then Sunday just woke up and kind of just got after it again. So Monday I was like pretty much written off, like sick, couldn't really keep anything down, just from really like overdoing it for 3 days, more so than usual, let's say. And so I was like a day and a half, like really laying in bed anyway. And then I called Newgate, and then I knew I had to go 3 days without drinking and stuff again. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be tough. And then but I mean, I just didn't have much of an appetite to start with. When I was drinking heavily anyways, like most people, I think. But it was shakes a little bit and just craving having beers, having drinks and stuff like that. I remember like the one night I had like a bit of a 26er left on like the Wednesday night. And I was like, I'll just finish this off because like I might as well. I'm not gonna be able to drink again after. And then I finished it, and I was like, "Oh man, I want another drink now." And I went down to the main cottage to like find like whatever I could find for like drinks to have, and like everything was gone. I don't know if like it just happened to be gone, or if like my mom got rid of it or whatever. But and I was just like fucking panic mode, like, oh, I'm like really jonesing to have some drinks right now.
That's the worst.
Yeah, this is like anxiety going in. Like
you can't even skip the dishes out there either.
No, you really can't. No. But so but just the way she was talking about it, was something like maybe she just had like some people that were having a rough day that were working at the detox center, but it didn't sound like they treated anyone very well there.
No,
they do also have like people that come in just to sleep. So like, I think it'd be pretty rough there, just in general.
Yeah,
it is a tough like position to be in, but it's super important to have that resource available because like I'm lucky with my withdrawal like symptoms, and but like when you get into certain drugs and like opioids and even like severe like alcohol abuse, like you're risking dying when you're going through withdrawal, right? So it's important to, I guess, go to a detox, right?
Yeah, and I wasn't trying to be negative about the detox, but it's just I think you should go.
Yeah,
That
okay.
should be the.
Yeah, I'm just putting that out there.
I'm just saying. But it sounded
Pro detox.
Yes, pro detox, doing it properly, safely,
Yeah,
professionally.
It's gonna be a shit couple days.
Yeah,
but it's worth it.
Yeah,
starts getting better after that.
After a couple of weeks, you start to like unfog a little bit too. So
yeah,
gets a lot better.
Yeah, I think I slept for 3 straight days.
Still like you.
What?
Do you remember Brandon when he came in?
Yeah, he just slept the whole time.
I know for the first like 2 or 3 days, I think I only saw him once.
Yeah. When I was there this summer, there was someone there who for 4 days didn't see her.
Really? I just
just curled up like it was right.
Oh, that's brutal.
But then it's so rewarding because you get to see someone like almost like become who they are again, and it's just like, fuck, man, it melts your heart. You're like, oh my god, just thinking about it.
It's pretty cool to see what people look like when they come in there, and then when you're about to leave or when they're leaving. It's wild, the difference.
Yeah, and that's 1 month. Like, it's shocking.
Yeah, even like all the I've got like a bunch of support from people, and even had people reaching out asking for Newgate's email, so that's kind of cool. So we're already helping people, even which is cool.
Incredible.
That was the goal, and we've already done that, and I think there's lots more to come.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So we have an episode idea. Should we talk about it?
Yes, that's going to be next week, right? So
Next
we're doing
week.
all on board.
Yeah. So next week we're talking. What are we talking, Dave?
We're talking top 5.
Top 5.
That's our top 5, each of us individually, our top 5. What is it, Jer? Top 5 next week?
Recovery movies.
Top 5 movies of recovery.
Boom.
We're all going to list them out. If you guys got one you think should be on our list, why don't you list it in the comments?
Yeah, and then we're going to need some help and from our listeners on whose list was the best.
Yeah.
Maybe have a vote so we have a winner.
Yeah. Make it a little competition.
Yes.
I'm not competitive. So what else is new this week?
This week coming?
I'm going to my first in-person meeting this week. You heard it here. It'll hold me accountable.
I'm gonna call you right before to make sure.
I can't wait. I'm gonna be there.
Can you go live on our Off the Rails Instagram?
Yeah, I don't know how much. Like,
it's anonymous.
Yeah.
No. Not in the meeting. I'd just be like maybe in the parking lot or something like that. Like, hey guys, just getting out of the car.
Yeah.
I don't mean in the meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You'll love it. They are the best in-person meetings.
Yeah. I love the online one I go to in the morning. I go to it's like a short 40-minute one. Sweet.
You have an addictive personality, you'll get addicted to in-person meetings.
I do have an addictive personality.
Oh shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a couple of really sweet interviews coming up. Just recorded one.
That one was amazing that we just recorded.
Yeah, that was good.
A couple other ones in the works here too. It'll be nice. They've all been awesome. What's been cool too is they've all been, which I'm surprised. Well, maybe not surprised because I know everyone's story is different, but how each of them kind of have been their area of focus on their stories kind of been a little bit different, or touch on different things, which is obviously going to happen. But yeah, I think that's been pretty cool already for myself.
And I think as we continue to go, you'll see how addiction doesn't discriminate. Like, everyone's story is different. Everyone's been through different things in their life, but yet somehow that this is like a common factor between everyone. And it's pretty cool to see. I mean, I don't know if cool is the right word, but you know what I'm getting at.
It is. No, it is the right word.
It's interesting too.
Yeah.
Like people so successful and people that like everyone is the same pretty well.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty interesting. You can be so successful and still have this terrible disease.
Yeah, and that's like that stigma attached to it, right? Like
Mhm.
when you think of, when you think of certain things, like you have this idea in your head of what it is, but it's so complex, and it is interesting.
Mhm.
I really wish I got one of those lion paintings, man.
I know. I wanted one too.
You guys live close by. You should go grab one.
Yeah, I think I might. All right, fellas.
Good.
Do we have anything else we want to talk about here today on shooting the sober shit?
If you are sober and you want to be a guest on our podcast, message at Off the Rails on Instagram.
Yes, sir. Hit us up in the comments below. Hit us up on our email. If you got any questions you would like for us to answer, just DM us. All right. See you, everyone.